So of course you guys know I have to do animated stuff for my Facebook crowd because I cannot pick a thumbnail for those guys. So I have to do something entertaining where it has to do with actions, maybe some singing, maybe some facial expressions. However, we have to introduce them into the live stream. You guys already know what it is. Welcome to Reviews from the Six. Some of you may be watching SETI XP as well. Again, some of you may be on other platforms, but welcome to the channel. Today, we have the big fight, y'all. We have the big fight, but before we get into that, y'all make sure you hit the like button if you enter the chat. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, become tribe. Also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. But today, we are going to view some predictions, some reviews, and see the betting lines for UFC 271. I've been waiting weeks for this. As soon as I heard that it was announced, our style bender versus Whittaker, I was like, number two, I'm all on it. Of course, I'm going with style bender, y'all. There's no way I'm going against style bender. Some of you will say, well, we just saw him come off a loss. Yeah, my man's moved up in weight. Now, I did think that was a little bit premature to move up in weight, but he moved up in weight, got pummeled, taken to the ground, and got pummeled. That's all I can say about that. But this fight is something totally different. I think Whittaker, these two guys are just going to go ahead, strike for strike, blow for blow. You know, Adesanya, he does need a partner, and I think Whittaker is that perfect partner for him. Whittaker's going to push the pace, throw a few kicks that allow Stylebender to move around, get active, look cute, be pretty, use his defense to set up his offense, and I think essentially that's what's going to win him the fight. What I like about these is that it's almost like a sports diary for myself. I can come back and look at my videos and be like, you know what, I did pretty good on that. I did guess that one right. Maybe I didn't predict that one that well. Or even just watching other predictions and things like that, it opens up my eyes to it. And I think when it comes to a series like this that I'm starting, it's really beneficial for me because on the day of the fight, you know, there's not a lot of people I interact with, so I can come on my channels and interact with all you guys. So in the chat, go ahead and leave if there's any videos or predictions you would like me to go over besides the main event. But without further ado, I just wanted to go ahead and get right into the topic. So of course, we're on the UFC homepage here, and we have 38 minutes till the fight starts. As you see, it is a championship fight. You can go on to DraftKings Sportsbook to place your bets, which I'm not placing bets anywhere. And I think that's the funny thing too, is like when you watch a lot of these reviews or predictions, everyone has a link in their description to go sign up for whatever sport booking they're with. And I'm just not going to do that with you guys. So, yeah, so here is the original card. I believe it is from their first fight. But let's see. So pretty much on UFC homepage is just telling you how to watch it, where's the episode goes, or yeah, if the episode is on ESPN, I believe that is. So there's not much really to see from the homepage besides, you know, that we have 37 minutes. But let's go over to YouTube, y'all. Let's watch some videos and see what people are saying. And how long is this video? 17 minutes? You guys got 17 minutes? Let's see. Last minute picks. Let's rock with that first. I want to see what everybody picked at last minute, because I think people change their minds like a couple minutes before the fight. I'm one of those guys too, especially before the main event. You know, I kind of like to feel the atmosphere. You know, if I'm in a bar setting, I kind of like to feel how everybody is, who they're leaning towards, you know, because energy plays a lot in everything in my life, at least. So if everybody's rooting for one fighter before the main event happens, I'm like, yo, maybe they know something I don't, you know, because they're giving him so much energy. Maybe he is going to pull this out from the universe. Who knows? But yeah, let's go ahead and see what these fighters had to say last minute. And it's not that I value fighters' opinions more than other people's opinions, because I'm not a professional fighter. I covered the sport. I've participated in different forms of martial arts, from boxing to jiu-jitsu to karate from as a young kid. So, you know, I have a little bit of knowledge. Wrestling as well is one of my big things. Like you can see the WWE championship behind my belt. Love the grappling, y'all. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what the fighters say before we see what anybody else says. I'm intrigued.
awesome. You got the middleweight title on the line with Israel Adesanya. He's trying to beat my.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, guys. I gotta hook you up here real quick. All right, so I can hear it. I wonder if you guys can hear it well. Let's see.
My record for most title defenses, second most title defense in the UFC's history in the middleweight division. And versus Robert Whittaker, who's trying to get his belt back. It's going to be an awesome fight. I think both guys have big chips on their shoulder. But I got Robert Whittaker getting it done. I think he has a lot of pent-up bad energy that he's had to endure from Adesanya over the last two fights and the time in between. And he stayed humble. He didn't engage in trash talk. And I think he really wants to go out there and do his thing against Adesanya and get that belt back. I think he's looked great in his last fights. So he's my pick.
Oh, he going with Whittaker?
Decision.
What's going on? I'm on set, and look at this charming gentleman I just run into. Big night of fights tomorrow night, UFC 271 in Houston. I'm going with Adesanya.
I'm going with Whittaker. I think he's going to surprise him.
Okay.
I got Izzy winning, even though I like Izzy and Rob probably pretty equally.
Hey guys, UFC 271's coming up this weekend in Houston. Y'all already know it's going to be obviously really exciting fights. Houston's always got their energy. I really enjoyed fighting there myself. So yeah, looking forward to it. And I'm thinking that the winners are going to be Israel, Derek Lewis, Brunson.
We got UFC 271. Really, the card is stacked from bottom to top. But for the main event, Izzy versus Robert Whittaker. Izzy knocked him out the first time. Do I see Robert being able to take him down? Not really. Do I see Robert being able to outstrike him? No, I don't. I think Israel gets the job done. Again, does he get the finish? I don't know. Does it go all five? I don't know. But I think I might run a little parlay. Izzy, Ty, Jared, Kyler.
I'm with O'Malley, y'all. Straight with O'Malley. I don't think Whittaker's going to out-wrestle him. I don't think Whittaker's going to outstrike him. But I do think Whittaker is going to push the pace. And I think that's what makes this a interesting rematch, is just because, like I said, when it comes to fighting or anything where it takes two combatants, it is a dance. And Robert Whittaker is the perfect dance partner for Adesanya. I don't care what anyone says. You guys may disagree with that, but he really is. I think it's the testicular fortitude that Whittaker brings into the ring. Whittaker is not afraid of Adesanya. He's going to take it to him. Now, is that smart? No. But like I said, when I watch Adesanya, to me, he's more cutesy. He's more shifty. He's more defense. His defense sets up his offense. And I think that's where a lot of people get lost. Like, they think he just goes out there and just knocks people out. One strike, one kick, and it's not like that. It's usually something off a counter or something that he's been setting up the entire fight, or a mistake that the other fighter makes, which makes him a dangerous fighter because he's taking you out. He's capitalizing on anything and everything. But like I said, Adesanya is not going to bring the fight. He's going to wait for Whittaker. I think if Whittaker is patient enough, he can do a few things. I think he can get a couple shoots in, a couple takedowns, because I think Adesanya is going to be backing up. You know, he's going to want to strike from distance. That's his thing. And if he gets him going backwards, he's going to get a couple takedowns here, but not against the cage. Once he gets against the cage, Stylebender has that long stride. His legs are super long. His base is strong, is what I'm getting at. He has too strong of a base to be taken down. And I think that's going to be the tough part for Whittaker, and that's what O'Malley is referencing. But again, you know, I'm just talking. I just, you know, follow the sport, guys. I'm no expert, but, you know, I'm like 7 out of 10 times right. Humble brag.
I don't know.
Goodness gracious, boys and girls, we woke up this morning a little bit more excited because it is Saturday, fight day, UFC 271, Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker, the highly anticipated rematch. A couple of fights I'm looking forward to. Obviously, I'm looking forward to the main event. I do think Israel Adesanya gets it done, but I don't think it's as much of a lock as I would like for it to be, for me to tell you to bet on it.
Hey guys, what's up? UFC 271 is going down tonight. Let me know below if your picks are the same as mine or they differ. And then the main event is a rematch between Robert Whittaker and Israel Adesanya. I'm going to go ahead and go with Israel in this fight. Great striker, really fun to watch, very creative.
Greetings, nerds
Oh
and
my
virgins.
God.
America's champ is back with America.
Can I just say I really don't like this guy, bro? Like, okay, let me retract that. I like the character that he's built, and I probably would like him as a person, but it's like the combination of both. You can just tell it's fake, and I think that's what upsets me a lot about him. Great fighter though, y'all, but let's see what he says.
America's Pick of the Week, brought to you by Colby Covington Incorporated and the undisputed king of the sportsbook. It's a big weekend for making money. We have UFC 271 on Saturday night and the big game on Sunday with Matthew Stafford and the Rams taking on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Here's a little 3-to-1 action to keep you entertained.
Their description where to go bet, and then they hype up everything else. And that's one thing that I don't take seriously anymore. And I think it's going to hurt sports in general, is that we've all known sports are rigged, and, you know, it's, how can I say it? It's, I wouldn't say delegated, but it is. You know, they reach out for storylines. But let's just skip what he has to say.
Izzy and make your bank.
What's up, guys? This is Brandon Moreno. We are here in Houston for UFC 271.
Didn't Brandon just lose?
I'm so excited, you know. So these are my picks for the main event, you know. Robert Whittaker looks impressive in his last fights, but I agree with Mr. Adesanya. I feel like he's a different monster in the middleweight division, so I go with him. That's it.
What's up, guys? We got 271 tonight. Big fights, big card. Whittaker. It's quite a long shot. Not sure how Whittaker pulls it off, but when it does hit, that's good money. Risk a little bit. If not, save a little bit. That's a good choice too. Let's go.
All right, Whittaker Izzy. I put out yesterday on Twitter. Does Whittaker even stand a chance given their last meeting? And I think the answer is not a big one. He allegedly has a wrestling background. We haven't seen him use it a lot. Maybe only defensively. He's gonna have to get takedowns. He ain't beating Izzy in a stand-up fight, so he's gonna have to get a bunch of takedowns. If he can do that, we saw Izzy couldn't get up against Jan, and Jan is not known as a wrestler. So I think he has a chance there.
Robert Whittaker versus...
See, I'm pretty good at how I call things, right? I would like to say I did well there in the beginning. That's what I exactly said. He moved up in weight and got pummeled, and he wasn't the best wrestler. Whittaker isn't the best wrestler, but I can see Whittaker going out there looking for the takedown, looking for the submissions, looking to pummel him, because like I said, Izzy just kind of looked, I mean, he's pretty, he cutesy, love the man, bro, and that's why I love him. He's flamboyant, he's stylish, bro, he's cool, but I think that style will get him in trouble. I don't think this fight, but yeah, if you bring it to him, if you're able to get your arms around him, don't let him get flashy, don't let his defense set up his offense, you can beat him. But I don't know if Whittaker will do that tonight, but let's see what they say.
Versus Israel Adesanya, number 2, the UFC middleweight championship of the world. And Whittaker is the underdog at a plus 240, while Israel Adesanya, a pretty big favorite, minus 300. The champ, Israel Adesanya, big favorite. Whittaker, he's beat everybody except for Adesanya. Can he figure it out this time? I've been going back and forth. I don't think he's going to do it.
Of course.
Minus 300, Israel Adesanya. It hurts me to say it because I'm a big Bobby Knuckles fan. Israel Adesanya remains the UFC middleweight champion after tonight.
Bam. I think that's it. Let's see. All right. So everyone going Izzy. Let's see what other people have to say. Let's see. Do we really care what Michael Bisping has to say? I mean, he's pretty insightful, though. Let's see. All right. So this one may be something different. Let's rock with this. Let's get this show started. Shell Sonnen. Okay. Mostly they all have like podcasts or they're announcers or something like that. So they're credible and they're fighters. They've been in the ring.
Robert Whittaker is way better now in comparison to what he was then, and his gains are significantly more than Israel Adesanya's. However, you have to factor in the fact that they were not even close. Those highlights you just watched, look, it's the only fight I've ever seen in my 23 years of being a fan of this sport where a guy lost twice. Adesanya knocked Robert Whittaker out twice, and he did it all in 7 minutes and 21 seconds. So, even though Whittaker is much, much better, and yes, there is a prelude that we're going to see a different fight, particularly with the new threat of a takedown. Adesanya was never worried about a takedown from Robert Whittaker because Whittaker had never even attempted one, let alone get it. But 3 fights later, he's Mr. Ground and Pound, which has been the only kryptonite we've ever seen from Adesanya. So it is a very different matchup. I just still have to lean towards the champ only because the first time they did it, it was not competitive.
You know, fight 1 to fight 2, you try to clean up things. You feel like you have a better understanding of what the opponent's going to do. Fight 2 to 3, all chips are on the table, right? Because you've seen everything. But it's small adjustments because you can't overhaul everything because ultimately you're in that position because of who you are and who you were prior to the defeat. So going back to the drawing board and trying to do everything brand new, it's a massive mistake that so many fighters make. It's small little adjustments that you hope will close the gap. Because generally in fight 1, it's pretty close. Fight 2, you get because you come back and show you're 1A in the division. Robert Whittaker has done that. Has Robert Whittaker showed?
And I think that's what a lot of people are downplaying when it comes to Whittaker. Is like, people improve, people get better. Stylebender just came off a loss too, and I think that's where the UFC was like, yo, this is kind of compelling now. Whittaker's getting better. Stylebender just lost. Let's see what we got here. Maybe we have a new champion. Maybe we have a new star in the making at the division. Let's see.
New skill on the way to getting this rematch. Little things. But what he has really showed is he's more willing to go wherever the fight takes place. So with Darren Till, he took him down more. With Jared Cannonier, he hurt him and he kept him at range. So he's been more willing to fight wherever the fight takes place and not force things. He forced a lot in the first fight against Israel Adesanya. And with a guy that can counter in the way that the last Stylebender can counter, you can't force anything. So for Bobby Knuckles, he has got to find his groove early, but also be okay going through the grind like he did against Joel Romero 2 times. Going through the grind of the Darren Till fight and just doing enough to win.
Intrigued as to which way you were going to go, Nick. And to be honest, I kind of see it the same way. I don't see a finish. I do think it's going to go to a decision. I think it's going to be a tremendous fight. And I think we're going to see something special from Robert Whittaker. This is a man that you can't underestimate. He was embarrassed last time out. He was. It was a terrible performance. If that was me, I would have been embarrassed, you know. But in those next 3 fights,
I know he ain't talking about, oh, he should feel embarrassed, because if it was me, I would be embarrassed. Bisping, forget how many times we've seen him get knocked out silly, get rocked, goofy. Get out of here, man. But I get what he's saying, though.
we saw what he's made of. We saw how much he's improved, and we all know he's got heart and all the rest of it, you know. I just think Robert's going to mix in. He's going to be successful with the takedowns, and I think we're going to see Adesanya spending a lot of time on the canvas. And we're going to see Anu, and we're going to see the third fight, a rubber match coming up. But yeah, I've got Robert Whittaker. I'm not confident in that pick, and a lot of people say I hate on Israel Adesanya. I don't. I could not be a bigger fan of the guy. It's incredible what he brings to the table. But I've just got a feeling, and everything I tell, but my in-depth analysis tells me that Robert Whittaker wins via decision.
It's fam, good morning. I will be in Houston tonight doing an appearance. Come say what's up. But tomorrow night we got UFC 271, mybookie.ag. Really, the card is stacked from bottom to top. But for the main event, our main card, I got my boy Kyler Phillips and Jared Cannonier, both coming out of the lab. The lab's gonna have a great night. Ty Tuivasa versus Derek Lewis. It's such a hard fight to predict. You gotta love Ty. You gotta love Derek. Both dudes are legends. I'm gonna go with Ty in that fight. You know, I want to see him do a little cuppy out of Derek Lewis's cup. Izzy versus Robert Whittaker. Izzy knocked him out the first time. Do I see Robert being able to take him down? Not really. Do I see Robert being able to outstrike him? No, I don't. I think Israel gets the job done. Again, does he get the finish? I don't know. Does it go all five? I don't know. But I think I might run a little parlay. Izzy, Ty, Jared, Kyler. I don't know. Come say what's up, Lil Woodrows. I'm out. Doses.
So then I'm Whittaker and I'm watching Adesanya fight Blachowicz and I'm thinking, okay,
Dan Hardy,
strike with him for a couple of rounds, start taking him down in the third, fourth,
no.
and fifth. That makes sense. That's a good game plan.
No.
It's a simple game plan.
No.
Then Whittaker fights Gastelum and does almost exactly the same thing to him, which is what's beautiful about the way that these fights have alternated, because Whittaker is able to do a test run on someone that has fought Adesanya.
Before he goes and
like
does
he
it.
knows where Adesanya and Gastelum stand
Right.
on the
Genius.
spectrum.
Genius.
Like Gastelum was a tough test
Everything
for
starts in
Adesanya.
training camp,
He's
y'all.
also a good wrestler. He's also a savvy veteran. He's a very smart individual. You can't get away with stuff with Gastelum because he learns on the spot and he closes those doors. So, Whittaker being able to work through Gastelum the way he did gives me more confidence for him going into this next fight. And if I'm Adesanya watching that, I'm thinking to myself, I need some takedown defense.
Yep, exactly.
A little red flag for me is Robert Whittaker.
It almost sounds like I called the fight, y'all. I can't wait. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I love this installment just because I can go back and watch exactly what I said, and I can correct myself, and I know I can get better the next time. But at the end of the day, it's all in fun. I'm not one of those serious sports guys that's like, my sports team beats your sports team, so therefore I'm the greatest sports team and player in the world. No, I'm not a fanboy, man. I'm really not a bandwagon either. I just love combat sports. But I do, like I said, everything I've said so far has been accurate or close enough to what I've said, but I just can't wait to the fight, y'all. We got like 20 minutes, so let's finish this thing.
This team going, I think the cat's out of the bag. You take him down in the middle of the octagon. You don't try and take him down against the cage. You wait for him to come to you. Okay. And I do, Robert Whittaker talked about the pressure of being champ and, and that stuff and being a father and dealing with all that. And I do understand that. I do think he's looked better in his past three. I do think this can be a much different fight. I think it's to be has fight of the year written all over it. I really do. It could go to a decision. I think, Izzy does drop him, but I think the will and the power of Robert Whittaker, he's going to get back to his feet. I don't know if he gets finished. If he does, it's the biggest accomplishment in Izzy's career because, again, we know what Izzy's going to do, and his team's obviously going to make adjustments because Robert Whittaker's talking about, takedowns and take him down center of the octagon. It's easier said than done, but I do think Izzy's going to get the very best version of Robert
I'm ready
Whittaker.
for the fight, yeah.
I think he's getting an absolute hell of a fight in Robert Whittaker, but I do think Izzy rises to the challenge.
Whittaker's a genius. I honestly, I will say that Whittaker, I believe Robert Whittaker has the highest fight IQ in the game right now. And it's crazy saying that, but I still think Izzy is the man. I think Izzy wins this one. But I say that I'd put Robert Whittaker at like his fight IQ is at like 99. I would say Izzy's as a mixed martial artist is at a 95, 97. But like all the other skill attributes, I just think that's where Izzy blows him out. And when you look at Izzy's stats as an overall mixed martial artist, at 185 pounds, you got to put him at a 99 also. And Robert Whittaker is like a 97, 98 overall. And I think that's why Izzy's able to pull it off, man. Izzy does some amazing things. In that first fight, in that final combination, he got cracked in the middle of the combination. And I love going back and seeing that because you watch Izzy's eyes. And as the punch is already in motion, but his eyes reset. He finds Whittaker after he gets hit and still pinpoint accurate with that shot and puts Whittaker down, man. I like that's a special kind of guy.
Of course he's special.
UFC 271 is scheduled for this weekend, and it looks like it will definitely be one for the books with some big fights planned. Prepare for Israel Adesanya vs. Robert Whittaker 2, Derek Lewis vs. Tai Tuivasa, Jared Cannonier vs. Derek Brunson, and many more. If you're feeling confident and want some skin in the game, check out mybookie.ag.
See, there it goes.
By using code MMATalk,
see, remember I told y'all they all do that? Hey, I have a link in my bio. Go to my betting window. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I wonder if there's an undercard we can talk about. Let's see. That was 2 days ago. That's 2 hours. So let's see what we got. Let's go over here. 271 and check out the undercard, shall we? Actually, we could probably see it from here. Let's see. I have to blow this up. So I don't know what it's going to look like to you guys. No, I'll probably do it like that. Let's see. 271. Come back, come back, come back. What? Arlovsky is still fighting? Dang. All right, let's see what they got on the main card. Dang, they won't show you what's on the main card, bro. They show you what's happening. Well, I guess these are the fights that's happening now. So, we got 2 more. Yo, I just might watch this one, yo. I think I just might tune in to ESPN and watch this one before it ends. Oh, here we go, main card. Bam. I mean, this is what I'm looking for towards, bro. I do think I don't know why, man. I don't feel confident about Derek, bro. I don't feel confident about Derek. I don't. I think he takes an L in this one. I'm gonna have to go Derek in this one. I haven't seen neither one of these two fight. Well, let's see what they talking about. What happens when you click it? Oh, okay. So they both have the same amount of losses. Nearly the same size. What, are the same age too? The Great Ape. Oh, I think this is pretty cool, bro. That's pretty dope. I didn't know the UFC webpage had that. I almost thought this was Dan Severn, y'all. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, so that's that. I'm gonna have to go with, I'll do these picks real quick. So like I said, I can get to that prelim fight, y'all. I do want to see Arlovsky. I haven't seen him fighting forever, bro. But I'm gonna have to go Green. I'm gonna have to go Renato. I'm gonna have to go Derek Bronson. I'm gonna have to go Ty. And of course, I'm going Izzy. Who y'all got? What y'all going for? What y'all about to do before this fight starts? Because we got 13 minutes, y'all. And then it's good. But yeah, anyways, long story short, I just want to go ahead and thank you guys for joining me. It's been interesting. Like I said, if you enter the chat, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, become tribe. Also, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any content that will be uploaded, especially the lives like this, right? You don't want to miss lives where you can jump on and have an interaction about who's going to win and who's going to lose a fight. I mean, they don't do that anymore like that. So you might as well come over here, join the family, and enjoy yourself on fight nights. So we can go ahead and discuss what's popping, you know, because we know it's the best sport in the world. Everybody else just don't know that they're scared, you know. But yeah, with that being said, man, thank you for joining me. I'm about to go ahead and get a little sippy on. Peace, love, and blessings.